Hi guys, hello everyone. Hope you all are fine and healthy. So today I'm going to start with a very important and interesting topic of C++ and that is functions. So if you haven't watched my previous video, first go and watch that because then only you can get a brief idea about what is happening and you will be start enjoying this. So let's start this lecture. First we will know what actually the function means. So we all know that we write a program inside the main function, the whole piece of code. And suppose in that piece of code, some set of lines are getting repeated many times. So this creates a problem, or we can say it creates an ambiguity in the program. So to avoid this ambiguity, we create a functions and write that particular piece of code which is getting repeated many times inside that function. So what it will do is instead of writing that particular set of line again and again inside the program, we can call that function, it is like a subprogram. You can give any name to the function according to your choice. So basically, it is a block of code which only runs when it is called. You can pass various types of parameters or arguments in a function. This we will discuss later when we will learn how to declare or define a function. There are mainly two types of function and that are user defined and predefined. Some functions are defined by C++ standard libraries and that perform specific tasks like for example main function, the input and output functions. These are called predefined functions and some functions are created by user for their self requirement that are called user defined function. So now let us understand how to create a function. For creating a function, first we have to write a return type followed by the function name that can be anything, then parenthesis. See here, I have given an example. Void my function, then parenthesis. Then inside the curly braces, the code you want to write inside the function. Void is the return type here. That means function doesn't return any value. See, we mentioned the return type as void when the function does not have to return any value. If the function is returning any value, then the return type can't be void. It should be something else like int, float, etc. depending on the user requirement. My function here is the name of the function. It can be anything. Even you can mention your own name or anything of your choice. And then inside the function, that is inside the curly braces, write what you want to execute. It is called function body. Now let's see how to call a function. See, you have to always declare a function outside the main function. The then how to use it? Then to use that function in your program, you can call that inside the main function. Declared functions are not executed immediately. They are saved for later use. That is, wherever you will call that particular function, there only it will get executed. Now for calling a function, write the function name, then parenthesis, followed by the semicolon. See the example here, I have created a function that is not returning any value and inside the function I am printing hello world. So see here, how it will get executed inside the main function is, I have called that function, focus on the output screen here. We get the output as hello world. The function has been executed and one thing that to be noted here is a function can be called multiple times. You can call that particular function many times inside the main function. Now what is function declaration and function definition? Function declaration is the function name, the return type and the parameter. That is, the creation of function is called the function declaration and the function definition is the body of the function. That is the code which the function will hold inside it. See, I have given the example to get the clear view of what is the difference between these two. One note is also mentioned here. Let's see what's that. If a user-defined function such as my function is declared after the main function, an error will occur. It is because C++ works from the top to bottom, which means that if the function is not declared above main, the program is unaware of it. Therefore, what we get it is the function should always be declared before the main function. Now let's see what is the argument. Till here, we have declared a function with no arguments or parameters. The variables which we mentioned inside the parenthesis while declaring a function is called parameter or argument and use that variables inside the function. Let's see what is the default value for arguments. While defining a function, user can specify some value as arguments or parameters. These values will be used if the corresponding argument will left blank while calling the function. Understand this and make it clear through this example. Here, I have declared a function with two parameters, int a and int b, and has assigned value 10 to the variable b. In the body of the function, I have printed the sum of both the variable a and b. Inside the main function, I have called that function. See, in the first time, I have called that function with two values. These two values will assign to a and b variable respectively and gives the result as such. In the second time, I have called the same function with only one value. So this time it will be assigned this value to the variable a and value b will be assigned automatically. That is the default value. See the output, you will get it clear. Now let's see one sample program. This program is exactly same as the previous one which I have explained right now. One function is being created named myfunc and passed the two parameters, that is int a and int b, and assigned the default value of 10 to the variable b. Inside the function, I have declared a variable sum of int data type and assigned the initial value 0 to it, and then stored the sum of value of a variable a and b to the variable sum and then displayed it. This is the body of the program. Now come to the main function. In this, I have declared two variables m and n of int data type. Then ask the user to enter two numbers they want to add and store these value in variable m and n respectively. Now I have called that function and passed the m and n value as arguments. After that, I have called again the same function, but this time I have passed only one value. In this case, the default value will be used. Now see the output screen. User has entered 5 and 40. The first output we get is 45. That is the addition of 5 and 40. And the second output we got is 15. The addition of 5 and 10. See here, the 10 is the default value. So we got the second output as 15. Hope you all get it and find it interesting. Try it by yourself, do some modification, try to solve the errors. I have also given the explanation here. Pause the video and read it by yourself too. It will help you all a lot in understanding and visualizing all the things in more clearly way. Here is also I have given another sample program. This is also exactly the same as the previous one. But in this program, I have created the function with int return type. All the things are same as the previous one. The only difference is that I have changed the return type. Now see inside the function, instead of giving direct output through cout function, it is returning the value of sum. How to call this function is either you directly call with cout or you assign it with some variable and then display the value of that variable through cout. See the output screen, focus on that. The only difference between this and previous program was of return type. Guys, try it by yourself, then only you can get it more clearly. One note has been mentioned here. Let's see what's that. In the previous program, you all must have noticed that I have used endl. So what it represents is endl means end line. Just like you press enter for going into the next line, similarly the endl works. Whenever you want to change the line, you mention endl in the cout part. So this is our last topic in this lecture, and it is very important too. Recursion. The recursion function. The function which call itself is known as recursive function, and this special technique is called recursion. See the syntax here. Void recurse is the function I have created, and inside the same function I have called that function. So what it will be called as recursive call. The recursion continues until some condition is met. To prevent the infinite recursion, if-else statement can be used, or you can use switch statement also, where one branch makes the recursive call and other doesn't. To understand this point more clearly, let's see one sample program. This program will calculate the factorial of a given number. Now, what do you understand by factorial? Suppose you have to find the factorial of 5. Then how will you calculate is that 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So it will be 120. Similarly, the factorial of 7 is 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, and that is 5040. You can find out the factorial of any number by yourself only through manual calculation. But in this program, I have created a function factorial and passed one parameter for which you have to find the factorial. Inside the function, I have mentioned the condition that if n is greater than 1, then return n into factorial of n minus 1. This is recursive call. Focus here. This statement is called the recursive call. It will call itself again and again until the value of n becomes less than or equal to 1. And in the else part, I have returned 1. Now in the main function, I have normally printed the result by calling that function. Since the function was returning a value, so it has been assigned to a variable result, and then the value is printed accordingly. Now see the output part, we have got the output. So this was a very basic program in the recursion topic. Hope you all got it and have enjoyed the learning. Guys, this topic is very important. Understand it by heart and also try to implement by yourself too. So today I'm ending up here. Thank you all for listening. Stay home, stay safe, learn new things. If you have any doubt, feel free to reach us. Bye bye.